taas, line 1, line 2 sa ubos. Okay. Now, nag-demonstrate na ko ani last week, last meeting, na wala ta kauman because of some familiarization issues unsaon pag-interpret sa diagram. Now karon, i-proceed na nato, pandaro nato in forward and reverse. Okay? So prepare all the components, equipments, electrical devices, overload relay. So based sa diagram, duha ka buk magnetic contactor ang atong i-prepare. Ang usa magnetic contactor 1. Magnetic contactor 1 is for the forward forward configuration, and then magnetic contactor 2 forward the reverse configuration. Okay, so now let's proceed. Same direct online and wiring a motor jaggy connection. Okay, so as I have said, magnetic contactor 1 will be used for the forward configuration. Magnetic contactor 2 will be used for the to activate the reverse running of the electrical motor. Okay? So magnetic contactor 1. Unahon sa ang 1, as I have mentioned last time, as I've discussed last time, nahon sa ang straight line, ang vertical line. Saan naman dyan ni Bay? Ay, Bitoy. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good drive ka, sir.
Alright.
Pa-duty ka.
Okay, so schematic diagram, forward and reverse ni for those who who came in late. So, as I've said, as I've discussed last time, unahon ang pinaka center, and then ang mga segue. Okay? So, right? Pag-mute sa kwan. Pag-mute sa RAM. Okay? Okay. Okay. So, okay, humana ang straight. Now karon ang magnetic contactor 2 naman, which is used for forward reverse connection to activate the reverse running of the motor. So same configuration from line 1 to terminal of the magnetic contactor, power terminal. Same configuration. And then magnetic contactor 2 towards the overload relay connection. So line 1 ang line 2 is gibaliktad, switching of phase. So ang terminal 1 of magnetic contactor 2 is ibutang dito sa overload relay. Load terminal 1 sa magnetic contactor 2 is adto sa line terminal 2 sa overload relay. So connect line terminal 2, then load terminal 2 sa load terminal 1 sa magnetic contactor number 2 towards the load terminal sa overload relay number 1. Okay? Baliktad yung phase. Okay? Makita na ninyo as you can see. Then same facing sa terminal 3. Now, kumana ang power circuit adto na punta sa control circuit. So line 1 and line 2. So from the line 1, this is connected sa circuit breaker terminal 2, power load terminal 2. So from the circuit breaker load terminal 2, I prepare sa nato dinhi start button. Duha ka start button, ang usa forward and reverse. Ang start button number 1 is for the forward, start button number 2 is for the reverse, and then stop button. Okay? Then then unsa pa, forward, reverse, and trip. So okay, duha ka lights, duha ka running lamp, indicator lamp. So indicator lamp number 1, indicator lamp number 2 for the running. Indicator lamp number 1 start. Indicator lamp number 1 is for the forward. Indicator lamp number 2 start lamp is for the reverse. And then trip as per schematic diagram. Okay. So kinahanglan ma-connect na nato. So unahon sa nato as may major rule, unahon nato ang pinaka left and then towards the right. Okay. From line 1, this is connected to the circuit breaker 2, terminal 2. So line 1. So sugod ta sa terminal 2 sa circuit breaker and then towards the overload relay 9596 mo gamit ko og white black na light black na wiring. Overload relay 9596.
Sir, excuse sir.
Yo.
Kanang pwede inahay lang sir kay murag paspas kayo gid.
Sige.
Sorry,
Aray
sir.
man ta, ito last time kay nakuha naman, na-discuss naman nato ni power circuit kanina sang kuan ni nainayo na to ni. Okay? So okay. As I have said, schematic diagram, duha ka magnetic contactor instead of one because ang magnetic contactor 1 is para sa reverse. Magnetic contactor 1 is para sa forward, magnetic contactor 2 is para sa reverse. Now, in our start push button duha sad ka buok. Ang usa forward NO, number 1 kaning nakilid sa M1 is for the forward running and din ang usa pampa-engage pampa-start sa reverse running. Okay? So forward, reverse, duha ka buok start indicator lamp. Walay stop nga naka-indicate nga lamp, so meaning lahat green. So this is forward, this is reverse, then trip. So overall, tulo ka buok lamp gihapon, the only thing is wala ang stop lamp. Start indicator lamp ang puro ang duha ka buok available ang i-prepare. Okay? So to proceed sa control circuit, line 1 connected always sa circuit breaker number 2, terminal 2 or sa line 1 sa magnetic contactor number 1 or pwede sa magnetic contactor 2 line 1. Pero to make things easier, adto na to i-connect sa circuit breaker number 2, terminal 2. Okay? So based sa control circuit, asa na to i-connect ang circuit ang line gikan sa circuit breaker number 2? Alexander. Yan sa active karon. Si Edem. Si Edem, asa Edem? Wala. Arnel Kembo. Wala sad. Saan naman ni sila? Sige, padayon ta. OL. So 95, 96. 95, 96, 97, 98 muna yung available terminal sa overload relay. And then balik sa 96 towards the stop push button. This is normally closed. Always remember nga stop push button is normally closed. That means every time a current flows, it always flows. Sa mga start push button naman, it is NO in its origin state. That means even though mo pass ang current, as long as di na i-push nimo ang button, the current will not flow. Okay? Now, going back, so out sa 96, 96 towards the stop push button. Okay? Asang stop push button? Nasa pinakataas. Okay? Pangitawan mo stop push button. And then, stop push button towards the forward NO. So, unsa ganitong gamiton nga start push button sa forward? That will be start button number 1. So, atong i-connect ang stop push button nga output towards the push button terminal 1, start push button terminal 1. And then from start push button terminal 2, connected na pud sa basic schematic diagram padung sa magnetic contactor 2, terminal 21 and 22. Okay? And then from 22 towards the A2, A1 ng magnetic contactor 1. Okay. A2, A2 din mosulod. So 22, ang 22 na dire magnetic contactor 2. Always be mindful sa signify guys. If magnetic contactor M2 is for magnetic contactor 2, M1 is for the magnetic contactor 1. Okay? So now connected sa asa ni connect ang 22 i-connect sa A2 nga magnetic contactor 1, then out sa A1 padung sa asam ni padung ang line 2. Asa ni padung line 2? Asa ni pagawas ang line 2? Asa ni connect? Sa asa nga terminal? Asa nga terminal? Okay, 4. Terminal 4 sa circuit breaker or sa line 2 of both magnetic contactor pwede ra. However, to make things easier, ibutang nato sa circuit breaker terminal 4. Okay? So nabutang na. So terminal 4, remember 246, 135. Taas 135 equivalent sa RST dito sa power supply line. So RST 135, 246. Okay. Now ulit. Now we have connected dinhi. Now nanapoy bypass 13 and 14 which is the holding circuit. Okay? 13 and then connected ito sa
Start
push
button 1.
button. Start push button. As per schematic diagram. Bypass na pod. Start push button. Ang 13 sa magnetic contactor 1 gi-connect sa terminal 1 sa start push button and then terminal 14 sa magnetic contactor number 1 is connected sa terminal 2 sa forward NO button. So okay, so start push button, forward start push button mo ni gamito na to pampa-start sa forward connection, forward direction, forward running, so din nato gi-connect. Okay, so the purpose gani sa holding contacts kaning bypass is to allow the current to flow even if the start push button is being disengaged or gibuhi ana because of spring action. So i-bypass niya so continuous gyapon ang flow. Now, as I have mentioned last time guys, na every time you finish a circuit, you have finished a circuit, always test kung naabay para dili na mo maglibog unaha sa kaning usa. I-test nato ang iyahang resistance tanan. Okay? Always when you do after you have completed a certain circuit, always test the resistance. Okay? So prepare nato ang ato ang multi-tester. So test again the continuity. Always when you prepare your multi-tester, always test the continuity test. So true. That means our multi-tester is good. It's not busted. So okay. So proceed again now to test the resistance of this circuit. Forward lang sa atong unahon. After sa reverse test, napunta para dili ta maglibog. Okay? Muna akong advice sa inyo ha guys. So asa kay ito i-connect to terminal 2, terminal 4. Okay. So terminal 2, terminal 4. So if I'm going to test the resistance, it's good. Now since ang forward ang ato ang nahuman og construct kaning pinaka first nga control circuit kani mo ikaduha kaning forward under sa forward, so forward magnetic contactor 1 ang ato ang i-engage to test the whole kuan. Otherwise pila gani ang kuan, pila gani ang resistance sa kanang short circuit, pila yung resistance, pila yung resistance people short circuit
0.1.
0.1, 0.5, so hinay kayo. So multi-tester sa normal circuit, that good circuit, that means 2.8 above. below 5, that is good indication of uh, circuit. Okay? So there's no shorted. So every time na makabuo kag circuit after you have wired the circuit or construct the circuit, kindly test na lang para di ka maglibog. So forward atong unang nahimo, so forward sa datong gi-test. So after na to ma-test, after na to unya later, mahuman na to ang reverse connection, so i-test na po nato. So karon each ang ato ang kuan. After na to makahuman og build og circuit, as I've said, i-test na to balik. So manata sa terminal 2 and 4, okay na siya. And then let us go for the terminal 4 and terminal 6 kung okay ba. So okay. So pislito na magnetic contactor 1. So pag pislit mo na interaction, mo push button na siya. That means go override nimo ang contacts even walay electricity nga nagflow, gihimo nimong normally close ang main contacts. Okay? So pisliton and then that's good to go. So after nimo measure ang 2 and 4, 4 and 6, then take out the probes, turn off muna sa multitester, and then let us try kung maka-start. So, there is atong three-phase induction motor, kinahanglan i-configure na to based sa objective. So, unsay gi-require? Y configuration. So, you know what is a Y configuration? Vertical, W2 and U2, U2 and V2. Okay? So, makita na diri based on the symbol that is inverted Y. And then, if we are going to turn on the phase circuit breaker, and then we will try to uh, test the brake running of the motor. Pwede ra dire sa start push button, pwede sa dito sa magnetic contactor 1. So, to do that, okay, run. So, override na siya. So, you can start the magnetic contactor 1, guys. The only thing is kuan. Igbuhi nimo dili siya moandar because this is a manual or test for testing purposes only. Kung ang contacts ba sa magnetic contactor is good. So pislito na nimo mo under gyapon na. Pero ang pinaka main purpose sa start push button is to run the motor, so anto mo na atong gamiton. So okay. So test the forward connection forward configuration. So ning dagan. So you can see rotation of the motor. So din he said sa pallets na ay forward ning highlight ang forward indication, so that means our motor is good, has a good circuit towards the forward configuration, forward running. To stop, okay, so turn off the circuit breaker again, then let us proceed sa reverse connection. So sa reverse connection, anihin ta magsugod sa third adto i-connect sa gikan sa 13 padong sa reverse na start push button o start button. Okay? It's either pwede sa 13 or pwede sa terminal 2 sa stop connection. Okay? So, terminal 2 pwede ra sad ari kay mas duol kaysa sa 13 14 sa magnetic contactor 1 as indicated. So, pwede i-connect sa 13, pwede i-connect sa stop nga terminal 2. Pero sa kuang settings, mas duol ang stop, so aray na ko i-connect. Akong i-indicate as brown ang reverse connection. So, start push button, and then for the reverse, and then out sa terminal 2, and then towards the magnetic contactor 1, na 21 and 22. 21, then out sa 22, and then 22 to A2 of the magnetic contactor 2. Okay, and then A1, and then towards the line 2, same gapon, terminal 4 sa circuit breaker. Okay, so goods. And then As I have said, after you have built the circuit for the for the forward, test it, test with the multi-tester, and then after you have built the circuit for the reverse, na fulfill na nato net, test again. Okay? So same, ensure the phase circuit breaker is off, otherwise magbusted ang inyong multi-tester. So test the resistance, connect 2 and 4. So since ganiha atong gi-test atong forward connection, atong magnetic contactor 1 atong gi-operate. So resistance test 2.8, that's good. So magnetic contactor 2 activate. The magnetic contactor armature. So basahon nimo, tan-awon nimo once plus dayton 2.8 lang gihapon. So okay, that's good. So baliktad na pud sa probes. Balik dito sa number 6, 4 and 6, and then pisit na sad. And then tanawon kung wa by changes sa resistance reading. So good, 2.8 lang gihapon. So okay, take out the probes and then turn off the multi-tester and then test the reverse connection. Okay? So to test the reverse connection, instead of napaday, wa pa ta nahuman kay napay 13 and 14. So from the start push button of the reverse, i-connect sa 13 and 14. Same gapon sa start push button sa forward. So for the bypass operation gapon. So the reason guys anong mobali ang atong rotation is because we changed the phase, the line 1 and line 2. Nakita ninyo sa magnetic contactor towards the overload relay. So kung paugngon gani, kung dili nimo ni pandaron ang forward connection, so nga i-activate nimo ang reverse button, so mo dagan ang wire, you will see the wire, the current flowing from the circuit breaker, from the power supply, nya mo bypass siya dito sa magnetic contactor because the magnetic contactor number 1 is not activated, aray siya sa magnetic contactor 2, which you activate by pressing the start push button in the reverse connection. So it will activate the magnetic contactor 2 which is intended for the reverse connection, and then instead nga line 1 ang iyahang gi-facing adto siya sa line 2. So baliktad yang rotation. So instead sa line 1. So normally line 1 to line 2, then line 2 to line 3. Now karon gihimon yang line 2 from terminal 1 agi ang supply toward the line 1, and then that's all. Okay? So naman na natong test. Now let us try again. Let us start again the motor in reverse. So activate nato using the start push button. So switch on the circuit breaker. Okay? Then under. So as indicated, highlighted on the palette, on the reverse is being highlighted. That means it indicates reverse. So counterclockwise yung motion. So that means hingdagan ang atong motor and reverse connection. Okay? So that's good. So stop sana ko. So during sa activity 1, we measure the voltages, but here in the objectives it does not require. So only we need to test the short circuit or the resistance test. So that's all we are going to do. Okay? Now after that one, let us continue and resume the connection towards the indicator lamps. Now, so same gihapon, gamiton ako ang blue connection towards the indicator lamp. No, I'm going to use the yellow connection. So schematic, from the line 1, pwede sa circuit breaker 2 or pwede gikan sa 95. So ang mas dool is circuit breaker 2. So adto na ko i-connect sa circuit breaker 2. So I'm going to use this white connection to indicate, and then unsa gani atong gigamit for the forward connection. This is for the forward lamp. So terminal 1, then terminal 2. Ay, di, 53 pa di ay. Sorry. So mas dool ang circuit breaker 2 kaysa sa dito sa 9596. So I'm going to use the circuit breaker 2 nga terminal. So line 1 duol akong posisyon. So instead of 9596 ko magkuha adto ko sa circuit breaker 2. So magnetic contactor 1 53 54. So connect sa magnetic contactor 1. Always be mindful kung unsa na nga number sa magnetic contactor, M1 or M2. So hinay-hinay lang yun, constant practice. Okay, 51, asang 51, 53, 54, 53 out sa 54, and then towards the forward lamp. Okay, so terminal 1, terminal 2 out, and then padung sa line 2, which is our circuit breaker 2. Okay, that's good. Or pwede sad sa A1 sa A1 sa magnetic contactor 2 or A1 sa magnetic contactor 1. Pero mas para mas limpyo akong ibukuan, ibutang na ko sa A1. A1 is nasa taas. Okay? Para mas limpyo nga ako ang circuit. So, okay. So, mana sa first nga indicator lamp. Now, let us proceed sa magnetic contactor 2 nga reverse lamp. Okay? So, from the terminal, again, pwede sa line 2 or pwede gikan sa 53 sa magnetic contactor 1 kung asang mas dool. So, I'm going to use ang 53 sa magnetic contactor 1 towards the 53 sad sa magnetic contactor 2 and then out sa 54 and then towards the reverse start indicator lamp and then out na pud sa para mas limpyo out sa A1. Okay? So, goods na and then continue toward the trip. So it says from the line 1 towards the 97 OL. So pwede ra sad sa 53 nimo sa indicate magnetic contactor 2 or sa circuit breaker 2 which is connected as I have mentioned. 53 adto na lang ko magkuha kay mas dool. So 53 towards the 97 98 and then 98 towards the trip indicator lamp. Okay? Then out towards the line 2. So pwede sa A1 or pwede sa magnetic A1 sa magnetic contactor 2 or A1 sa magnetic contactor 1 or pwede adto sa largo sa terminal 4. Okay? As indicated connected sa line 2. Okay, so unsa atong buhaton, connect lang. Whoever ari na lang nako ikuan, ari nako sa okay. So as I have said, after you have constructed the circuits, power circuit, control circuit, and indicating lamp circuit, test again kung naabay short circuit or resistance sa pod. So same procedure, connect that first probe sa 2 and then terminal 4. Okay? So resistance 2.8, that's good. Kislita ang usa, magnetic God. Turn off sa otherwise magani na busted. Nanay specific seconds ka mabusted na guys. Okay? So turn off test indicator lamp goods 2.8 lang gihapon then baliktad na sad 4 and 6 press again so good so balik sa terminal 2 so magnetic contactor 2 na naman ang atong i-connect ato ang i-test okay balik sa 2 on 4 so activate ang magnetic contactor 2 tanaw na to kung i-activate na by changes sa resistance wala so okay and then 4 and 6 4 and 6 then press again measure again resistance okay and then that's good so walay indication of otherwise mo trip ang ato ang kuan otherwise mo indicate siya 0.5 So, okay, you can turn off your multi-tester. So, let us test our indicator lamp. So, kining tanan ang forward lamp, reverse lamp, and trip lamp. So, unsaon gyud to pag-test sa trip, kinahanglan i-activate na to manually ang stop push button sa thermal overload relay to trip our motor. Okay? So, switch on the circuit breaker. Then, first, test the forward. Ning run, indicated sa clockwise direction. Okay? Stop again. Then, let us test the reverse. Okay, goods, running. Stop again. So tanaw na to ang ato ang mga lamps ning siga ang forward, pag stop, then pag reverse ning siga ang indicator lamp 2 which is connected sa reverse indicator sa reverse. Stop again. So now we are going to run and trip our motor by pressing the stop push button sulod sa thermal overload relay. So start the motor and then manually trip. Okay, so trip button. So bisag unsa as long as trip inyong motor, as long as wala ninyo gi-reset inyong thermal overload relay, dili na siya mo start. So bisan pag unsa og pislit nyog start, dili na siya. Bisan pag pislito ni nimo ang magnetic contactor, musiga iyahang indicating lamp, pero dili siya mo start. Okay? Because naka-trip. So what you have to do, what we need to do is reset our thermal overload relay and then start again our motor. Okay? So good. Forward. Stop again. So that is all. So we have completed our forward and reverse. I demonstrated to you the forward and reverse connection. So just follow the diagram. Always remember the principle on how we connect. Sa power circuit, unahang straight line before ang mga segway. And then sa control circuit o sa lamp circuit, always start from the left. Okay? Left to right. Okay. So submit. Let us test. So I have 100